Hey, you guys. Good morning. This is Shannon with Survive and Thrive for Humanity, my bright idea, all of that. So, of course, we're here today, this morning. This is Shout Out Saturday. So, we're going to be doing shout outs, but we also are all talking about recover and rebuild, which is right here. We're going to be doing this workshop. It's going to be August 27th. This is a fundraiser to support Survive and Thrive. So get your tickets. It's going to be great. It's definitely a virtual event. So you can be in the comforts of your own home and the safety of your own home. But you're going to get a really great impact. So the reason for recover and rebuild is because time as we've gone through and we've been through this pandemic, we're going on 3 years. When we look at the fact of how it has impacted our relationships, our work, our creativity, our businesses, it's been a really big impact. And as we know, and from a social service point of view, is that a lot of money is made during tragedies and during situations such as this. And looking at how this has impacted the globe, it has definitely impacted everyone. So everyone has a little bit of something that has happened. Some have gone to the extremes where there has been deaths in the families or friends that they know due to this pandemic. And then some have lives have changed forever. So when we look at that, we have usually there's some anxiety that builds up. There's some lackluster wanting to even move forward with your business. There's some, I just don't know what to do. I'm stuck. I am looking at burnout because if I'm working, I got work to go on. I got things that's going on at work that's happening. You have a lot of things that are going on in your life. So it will end up turning into burnout or depression or a lack of the whole want to do things. So when we look at things such as that, of when you are getting hurt or you having a setback, you are usually going to be in recovery mode, and you need to recover from a hurt or a trauma or something to that degree. So when you look at protective factors, you look at these things that are going to be able to support you and get you to the point of where you can rationally see how you can move and bring yourself up from it. You're looking at community based connections, you're looking at your own resiliency, you're looking at all these things that we all have, but we need to figure out how we can actually get them turned on at the same time. So we're going to be doing recover and rebuild, and recover and rebuild is definitely a link from survive and thrive, which is all about recovery. And then we have rebuild, which is a part of what Adrienne does. And Adrienne that's her business. It's called Rebuilt. And she was doing a workshop that was called Girl, I Love You. And it was a love letter to herself about just being who you are and being authentic and supporting you and what you do. But she also had and talked about burnout. And it was like, that is really what a lot of us are dealing in what we're experiencing. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is, again, give you a quick little video for those of you guys who didn't catch it, give you another time to check it out. Here you go. And we're back. So, for those of you guys who are just popping in, appreciate you guys. Be sure that you are checking out Recover and Rebuild. What you're going to be doing is helping Survive and Thrive raise $20,000 to help cancer survivors thrive after treatment. And that is what our goal is. It's all about recovery. So, but when we talk about rebuild, recover, and rebuild, we're looking at how you are recovering from some of the hurts that you've been dealing with, some of the trauma, as well as anything that has happened that is broken. And you are going to be in recovery mode. And recovery mode is really great because it gives you enough time to sit and relax and sit with yourself. Identify what are some of the things that are the pain points. What are the pain points? What are the things that you need support with? But it also gives you a real great time to do a self assessment. Doing a self assessment for yourself usually does not always happen. We're always either out doing things and assessing other people or looking at what it is that they need. And some of you might say, well, nah, I think of myself first. Yeah, you might, but you don't always act on it. You are always you're thinking about someone else's feelings about you. So that's why I say no, you care about other people's feelings. You look at what people feel and what they're going to say about you. So that tells you, and it should tell you, that you put a lot of energy into what other people's feelings are or what have you. So, you know, let your pride go. You always People are concerned about others. We're looking for that self assurance from other people, that self validation. We want people to say something to us, to say, yeah, oh, you look nice, you look pretty, you look this, you're doing a good job. Tell yourself you're doing a good job. And that's what the rebuilding part comes from. We're going to go from recovery and we're going to go to rebuilding. Rebuilding is a thing just like anything. You got to have certain things with you. You're going to have some tools. You're going to have the resources or the, supplies. And then you're going to need the plan. So the plan is what we're going to be doing in Rebuild. We're going to give you those tools and the plans and the resources to be able to rebuild and get yourself back on track. So that is where you come in and you go and you get your tickets. So the conference is going to be August 27th, and it is going to be from 1:30 to 3:30 because again, it is virtual and we don't want you to be zoomed out. So stay zoomed in and connect with us. Be a part of what we're doing. Get yourself some support when needed. And that's just one of the things of a protective factors. Support in times of need. Do you have someone who's in your circle? Who's in your circle of support? Knowing who that is and identifying it is one of the things that will strengthen you and give you that ability to kind of move through things and give you that ability to bounce back when you're, having a setback. So that's where we are this morning. I know we're coming on just a little bit late, but we're here and I want to definitely welcome you guys. Now, as you guys know, also, we're going to be doing Survive and Thrive. We're celebrating 6 years of being cancer free, 6 years of bringing you this wonderful workshop that has wonderful speakers that are all about uplifting you because we need uplifting in times of need. So we need it right about now. Some people are still struggling. I have different folks who've inboxed me, who I've talked with, that are still struggling. They need things, they need support. Sometimes it's a little bit of ourselves. We're in our own way. We need to invest, which usually is going to require money. You're going to have to pay for that. Therapy, you have to pay for that. Even what's that called? Retail therapy. You're still buying something, right? You're going and getting something. But it seems to be a little hard for us to do something that's directly for ourselves that's something that's not in our hands. So because psychologically we need things in our hands for us to feel that we purchased something and that we've done something. Except, when you go to school, but at the end they give you that degree. But when you're looking at support and workshops and conferences that you can go to, these are things that you also need as well. So you need to understand that you need to definitely invest in it and you need to definitely act on it. Don't don't continue to keep going to these masterminds and master this and that, but you're not really getting anything from it. I was listening to this young lady today that I follow, and she is looking pretty cool. She talks about really great stuff. I've purchased some of her things. But the one thing that she said that was just definitely resonates with what, things that I've said, but hearing it from someone else, it just says the same thing. When we go out and we get into the master classes in the 17, 16, whatever weeks and all of this and that, you definitely need to take an assessment of why are you enrolling in that? Are you really ready? Or are you getting hyped up of looking at the fact of desperation? Are you desperate? When you're desperate, that means that like you really by any means necessary on the other end, where you're just gonna jump into something because it definitely has a great sound, it looks good, they're flashing and bubbling. But what we have to understand is that these are things that work. They're concepts that work, but we have to understand that the concepts are not for us at the time. We don't have the platform, we don't have the foundations, we don't have the bandwidth, we don't have the capacity to do that right at that time. This is a building. So yes, you got people who can go 20,000 launches and do these things and make this money. And it definitely sounds great because it is out there. And as Darius Cooks would say, there's money in the land. You can go out and get it. But the thing is that we have to understand is that you may not have the bandwidth or capacity at the time to get those things done. So you have to build up on your foundations. And those are things that we're going to be doing in Recover and Rebuild. We're going to give you the help and the support to be able to build your foundation, build your tribe, build your audience. Look at consistency. Look at things that's going to get you to be in the positions to be able to do that. And we're also going to talk about burnout, self sabotaging behaviors that are going on that we are closing our eyes to, and we wonder why something isn't working because we're not putting in the work. And as a statement, usually I'll see is don't get upset about work that you did not put in. You didn't get any outcomes out of it because the work you did not put into it. It's not going to happen like a microwave. I've been talking about microwave theories for over 20 years. And it is a microwave. And I saw it with my own kids. I was like, you guys got this microwave mentality. You want to put something in and just pop it out real quick like a Pop Tart. It don't work that way. You got to invest. You got to put in time. Investments that you know of take time. So with that time, we want you to join us with at Recover and Rebuild. We're gonna have some great speakers. We're looking forward to it. Again, it's a fundraiser for Survive and Thrive, and I'll be there. So I want you guys to be there too. So definitely claim your seat. Go to bit.ly/recover and rebuild, which that is spelled wrong, but recover and rebuild. So that's what we want to be able to do is get you there at Recover and Rebuild. And it's definitely going to be great. I am looking forward to it. And that is what we are doing. So we're going to take those out of there because that is not the link. So again, that's what happens when you type too fast. So just let me put it in here, bit .ly/recover and rebuild. So that's where you can go and get your tickets. Love to see you guys. You guys take care. And we're going to close, of course, with a nice little save the date. And you guys be well. See ya.